Yo, what's up everyone? This is your man Testament. Just want to say thank you guys for tuning into the Umbron house. So today we're actually going to be having a conversation about Uprising with Alan, who is the lore creator for Lightseekers. So Alan actually had to go and get some special permissions from PlayFusion to even be able to say what he's going to say in this video. Now, I do want to say, like, forewarning, it is not a card reveal. It's not going to be, look at these cards from Uprising. It's not like that. But what he's going to share with us actually does finally give us some direction as to what's going to be in Uprising. What is Uprising going to be centered around? And the reason why that is still just as equally as important is because of the fact that they are actually pushing Uprising to more of a narrative type of release. So it's going to be very heavily involved with the lore now. Like, Alan said that you'll see in the video, he actually said that he was going around and, just creating these stories, bits and pieces here and whatnot in the last couple sets. But in Uprising, it's actually the biggest premise now for where the lore is going to start to really take off. And so because of that, we're actually going to be able to actually speculate more now as to what we'll probably see for support for families, what kind of orders will probably get some really crazy support, and we'll be able to figure that out just by actually understanding now where it's actually going to. And so please show the guy some love. I know it's not a card reveal, but it's still just really cool. The fact that this guy took time out of his day. I mean, it was 11 o'clock at night where he was at, and he was talking to me for about an hour. And it was like 5 p.m. here. I'm in Chicago right now. And like, he just did that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Just to be able to at least give the community some type of light, as to regards to where Uprising is going. And so please show the guy some love. Don't be nasty in the comments if you're, salty about it not being some type of card reveal. This is not an official PlayFusion announcement. This is just an Umbron House special. Like, he was just nice enough to give me some of his time. So please, guys, just show the support as well. And if you are new to the channel, just hit that like and subscribe button. I'll see you guys in a bit. Is there anything that we can know or look forward to about Uprising?
So before this one, I thought I had to, I thought I should touch base with a few people. And,
sure, yeah.
I'm going to get
right.
So there's not a lot I can tell you about Uprising, but there's a few bits that I can go into. So one thing I can tell you is that Uprising is the first set where we're really pushing sort of narrative and storytelling to the forefront.
Okay.
So Uprising is going to be our point where we really start to build. So up until now, a lot of our story elements have been me fitting little bits and tidbits in wherever I can, adding little stories about characters here and there. But
right.
With Uprising, we're really going to be putting the story of the world of Tantos right to the forefront.
Cool.
And that's something that you're going to continue to see in sets now. So,
awesome.
So you can take Uprising as it's a real start point for story.
Great. Cool.
Yeah. Which I can't really give you details on some of the things for that, but you'll get to see some stuff in there, which is new stuff, which I think will really help us to sort of push storytelling forward.
Yeah.
Which I'm really, really excited about. Something else I can tell you about it is that very important to Uprising, right at the kind of center of the conflict that's going on, as you can assume with a name like Uprising, is the Creeble are right in the thick of this one. So the Creeble are, I mean, everyone else, all the other races and everyone is still in there, but the Creeble are right in the thick of this one. So you're going to get to see a lot of that Creeble fighting going on. So
cool. Man,
they're right at the middle of this. And the other thing I can probably say is that if you want to kind of go in with an idea of some of the story elements, like a couple of stories that are probably worth checking out, I would say definitely go and read. I'm just going to check some story names for you. So I would definitely go and check Carved with Purpose, Part 1, which is the Dolo story. It's very much based around Ferrus, one of the carvers, and his attempts to overthrow Dolo. That's going to be a real kind of scene setup story for this story. I am in the middle of finally writing Carved with Purpose Part 2.
Oh,
So
cool.
that will be out before Uprising comes out. So
Oh, great.
obviously read that one when it comes out. Another one that is actually worth reading, which you might not think, is one called A Lost Land, which is about Captain Jolty and his sister, Navigator Scuttle. So a pair of the Mari. That one as
Oh,
well.
okay, okay.
Also say check that out because it is going to tie into to Uprising.
Oh,
So I
nice, cool.
more other than that, but I mean, check out all the stories, obviously,
Right,
but,
absolutely.
but without a doubt, read those two, and also What Lies Beneath Part One is probably also worth a read. It teaches you a little bit about a little bit more about the almost government structure of the world, a little bit about the council, which is something we haven't gone into yet, but is going to start becoming more and more important. So
Oh,
that
cool.
one's worth checking out as well.
So are you,
Nightshade as well.
oh, I'm sorry?
You'll learn a little bit about Nightshade, one of the awakening dread heroes as well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Cool, cool. So are you at liberty to be able to say maybe when we can start expecting a story?
I couldn't tell you exactly when they're going to go out. All I can say is that I'm starting to write them now.
Okay.
So I'm working on at the moment. I've got all my notes for another. At the moment, it's another 4 stories tied directly into the lead up of Uprising.
Oh, cool, cool.
In weeks, the plan is that in the weeks leading up to its release, there'll be a number of those stories that will be coming out. And I can't say exactly when that's going to be because that's just
Right.
not information that I know.
Right, right.
But there will be some other stories, as I say, Carved with Purpose Part 2 will be coming out before then. Some of the other bits and pieces will be probably What Lies Beneath Part 2 as well. And
Yeah.
whatever else I've got time to write.
Oh, right.
I have a lot of stories in my head, and it's just the amount of time I have to write them all. So
Right, absolutely. I wish there was like a book that they could sell or something that has everything compiled together, like with the printed images.
If you want to start a protest to get a book, right? I will back that protest because I'd love to have a book out there.
Oh, cool! That would be so cool.
Yeah.
Just like a collective works
Yeah,
of all the
I'd
lore.
I mean, what I'd really like to see would be something like some stories collected together with some art and stuff like that. You know, like some of the early concept arts and stuff like that. Well, that'd be really cool to put together into a little book.
Yeah, absolutely. That would be so sick.
Start that campaign, and
Oh.
and then I can say, yeah, I've got a book. Come on, you know.
Oh yeah! Oh snap! Oh, guys, let's get that freaking Lightseekers Lore book petition like started, please. Like comment below, like hashtag Lightseekers Lore with Alan. Please, like let's get that actually going. I would love to support the guy and really get something like that just like promoted and started. Like that would be so cool to have. I mean, that would be dope just to have a hardcover book with Lightseekers lore and all the stories in it. Like, come on, like that would be sick. But yeah, after actually having that conversation with Alan and whatnot, like I just immediately started speculating about some of the stuff that he said in regards to like the Creeble being in the thick of it. Like that just makes me feel like for sure that there's going to be a lot of Creeble support in this next series, and that's really neat because Umbrans actually have like a lot of archetype support as well. Like they have LoreCreator, which allows you to actually draw 1 card and then deal damage on the first rotation, like 1 damage, and then allows you to draw another card and deal 2 damage on the next rotation. Like that's what LoreCreator does. It also has like another draw card, and it's this card right here. It's a shadow card, and you're able to draw the top 3 cards of your deck, and for every Umbron card, and then add that to your hand and heal for that amount of Umbron cards that you add to your hand. Like they have some type of really cool archetype support. And so I'm really hoping that the Creebles actually get something like that as well. And Creebles are freaking hilarious. They're funny. The card art is so cool, especially like the foiled out stuff. Like I'm a foil fiend, and so it's like really neat. It's really cool. And so even with the stories that he referenced for us to go and take a look at, even just looking at that, like that gives us something to actually speculate about now. So and I really, again, I really wanted to really put an emphasis with this video to get some hype around Uprising, but to really draw like your guys' attention to the beautiful part about Lightseekers, which is the actual lore. Like the lore is really awesome, and it's really heavily involved with the cards themselves as well. I mean, there's so much to the card art and a lot of the cards that we see, and I actually have some videos that I'm going to be uploading as well. I did a booster pack opening with Alan, and we went over a lot of the card art and the cards, and there's a lot of really cool Easter eggs and really sick stuff that's actually on the cards that you probably don't even know about, that actually make the cards feel really cool and like actually really worth collecting as well. And so please stay tuned for that, guys. Feel free to put your comments below if there's anything in regards to the lore that you guys actually want to hear from Alan. He told me that, you know, whatever you guys want to hear, just put in the comment section below, and I will actually contact him, let him know what your guys' questions were, and we'll actually get some dialogue and discussion happening over your guys' comments. And yeah, we'll try to fit it all in a video for you guys. So again, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate the support. If you are new to the channel, please hit that like and subscribe button, and I will see you guys in a bit. It's Testament checking out of the Umbron house. Thank you guys.